After defeating Madrimov with great ease, Terence "Bud" Crawford responded strongly to comments Canelo Alvarez made previously. Because he saw Crawford as an easy fight and easy money, Canelo had already ruled out competing, and he was hesitant to accept the 168-pound weight disadvantage. Canelo Alvarez rejected a substantial inducement from Saudi sports.
He want 200 million for Benavidez, and he want 150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy, because it would be crazy for a guy that started at 135 to come all the way up to 168. Your weight, no catch weight, no none of that. And
Minister Turki Alek to challenge Crawford. He said that a fight between him and Crawford would not benefit him much and would perhaps bring negative attention because Crawford is a smaller fighter who is moving up in weight. Even if Canelo won, some would claim he was up against a weaker opponent, which would harm his reputation, in Canelo's opinion. Canelo's statements did not amuse Crawford. In a recent interview, he addressed Canelo's grievances and said they were only excuses and displays of deference. Crawford stressed that Canelo's claims about his
But for me, in my weight class, it's an easy fight. For me.
Stature and reputation were unfounded because he had already defeated smaller opponents like Michael Mayweather and Amir Khan. Crawford said that even though Canelo had previously used catch weights and faced weaker opponents, he would be a more valuable opponent in a fight with Canelo. Crawford is motivated and thrilled about the chance to fight in front of a large audience, while Canelo is hesitant. He views it as a chance to prove himself against a top-tier boxer and finds Canelo's team's incessant moaning and hesitancy annoying. In a clear jab at the fighter,
he wants to make the best fights. And that's a breath of fresh air. That's music to my ears. You know, because now you have fighters who are pricing themselves out and fighters who basically don't want to fight each other. And that, to me, as a promoter, is the worst thing I can ever hear.
Terence Crawford recently charged Canelo Alvarez with purposefully steering out of high-stakes matches. Crawford saw a pattern that Canelo has seen time and time again during his career: smaller opponents and venues with ideal catch weights. This pattern has been attributed to lesser opponents that Canelo has faced in the past, including as Floyd Mayweather, Amir Khan, and Jonel Charlo. Crawford is undermining Canelo's credibility by indicating that his outrageous demands for potential fights with Benavidez and himself are not just business tactics, but rather a sign of fear. According to Crawford, "You're doing good business if it's all about the business. If I were easy labor, all that money would be accepted by you." But he wants 200 million.
It's all ego. It's all just being arrogant. You know, come on, just get paid. It's going to be the biggest payday of your career anyway. Not just what you're asking, but man, we need this fight. Boxing needs
$1 million for Benavidez and $150 million to fight me. That only emphasizes how much of a threat I am to his legacy. It would be crazy for a guy who started at 135 to move all the way up to 168 without catch weights and dethrone him, Crawford went on. This implies that Canelo thinks I'm a big threat. He knows that I can punch, move, and box, and that I'm strong and flexible. He is terrified of disappointing his supporters, especially in Mexico, which is why he is fighting this war at such a high risk. Crawford views Canelo's hesitation and insistence on financial terms as a sign of respect.
I literally didn't see it.
Oh yeah, that's right. You left after the Pippo Rayo.
I didn't see it carefully, but a lot of people tell me that it was a close fight. It was very close. Look, I've always said that you have to beat the champion to become the champion. I'm not sure how close it was, but look, he got the win. He got the W. Move on to the next big thing, and you know, whatever's up in his future is going to determine. Well, this Saturday night will determine what's at stake for Virgil's future and for Crawford.
as he knows that Canelo views him as a real rival. Crawford stated, "I see it as respect, not disrespect. He knows that I am a warrior, which is why he is asking for so much money." Turki Al-Ali, the Saudi Minister of Sports, fanned the flames by answering Frank on X, "I don't care about his esteem for me." Turki criticized Canelo for his hesitancy, saying, "Canelo said he respects me, but doesn't like the way we do business. I can see why my approach is off-putting to him. My goal is to have high-profile fights at affordable prices. Since being defeated by Bivol, he has been looking for matches that are easier for him. He is wasting our time with his unreasonable requests for money." Turki reaffirmed his determination to set up major fights and tasked Canelo with avoiding challenging opponents. Finally, he said, "I'm not afraid to fight Benavidez or Crawford. Canelo's exaggerated requests for money are a waste of time and energy. My major objective is to fight significant battles that improve boxing, not just easy matchups." Canelo Alvarez responded to Turki's comments by outlining his perspective on the matter. "I'm not asking for that fight," Canelo said. "I think Teofimo Lopez is more deserving of it than myself." It's plausible that Canelo is attempting to minimize the significance of their fight and deflect focus from Crawford. The ongoing animosity between Canelo and Turki Al-Ali, as well as Crawford's challenge, continue to fuel curiosity and conversation in the boxing community. In a recent update, Canelo Alvarez addressed the ongoing criticism.
I literally didn't see it.
Oh yeah, that's right. You left after the Pitbull riot.
Didn't see it carefully, but a lot of people tell me that it was a close fight. It was very close. Look, I've always said that you have to beat the champion to become the champion. I'm not sure how close it was, but look, he got the win. He got the W. Move on to the next big thing, and you know, whatever's up in his future is going to determine. Well, this Saturday night will determine what's at stake for Virgil's future and for Crawford.
Regarding his reluctance to challenge Terence Crawford. In response to Turki Al-Ali's remarks, Canelo restated his current philosophy. "They texted me yesterday regarding the Crawford fight in February, but I said I'm not willing to talk about any other fight right now. I have Edgar Berlanga's next bout entirely on my mind. It's evident from Canelo that talking about possible opponents, including Crawford, at this point is irrelevant and out of date. I respect Turki, but if he wants to work with me..." Oscar De La Hoya has also offered his thoughts on the subject, highlighting the challenges associated with putting on major boxing events. De La Hoya, a former boxer and promoter, expressed his admiration for Turki's efforts to set up major bouts despite the difficulties caused by excessive fighter fees. De La Hoya said, "The one thing about Turki that I respect is his commitment to making the best fights. Fans are prevented from viewing the fights they wish to see since many boxers overcharge for their matches. Canelo wants $200 million to fight Crawford, and Turki's demands are paltry in contrast. His demand seems to indicate that he has no real interest in winning the fight." De La Hoya praised Turki's balanced approach, saying it was in stark contrast to Canelo's inflated demands for cash. He concluded by saying that Turki's strategy is novel. He's making investments in boxing's future by scheduling bouts that the public desires to watch. De La Hoya highlighted even more of the displeasure among boxing fans in light of Canelo's most recent comments. Essentially, Canelo refuses to give us the thrilling fights. But Turki is making a lot of effort to set up the most beneficial matches. It's very good for boxing and shows how dedicated Turki is to the sport. Following his statement expressing gratitude for Turki's boxing contributions, De La Hoya declared, "This is what I've been talking about all along. Turki is the one saving the sport. He truly wants the biggest fights to happen and is well funded." De La Hoya's comments confirm his belief that Turki is a revolutionary force in boxing that is committed to giving fans highly anticipated bouts. "I never thought I'd say this, but Canelo seems scared," De La Hoya abruptly declared. expressing his displeasure with Canelo's reluctance. "I know that fighters are typically fearless, but it is disheartening to watch Canelo avoid significant battles. As things keep changing, tensions are rising between Canelo Turkey and the boxing community." Oscar De La Hoya has continued to voice his frustration with Canelo Alvarez's reluctance to take part in high-profile fights. De La Hoya angrily proclaimed, "We've been begging Canelo to enter this fight. As a boxing enthusiast and supporter, I'm thrilled about this match because it's great for the sport. It would be a momentous and exciting event." He highlights the importance of the fight for both fans and the sport at large. De La Hoya likened Canelo's purported hesitation to Turki Al-Ali's endeavors to promote meaningful bouts. "Canelo's actions are falling short, while Turkey is working to bring us exciting fights," said the individual. "It's all about arrogance and conceit. Canelo would get his biggest payout to date with that. Boxing needs this fight, and we need it." De La Hoya also expressed skepticism on Terence Crawford's chances of beating Canelo, citing previous boxing patterns. "When has a smaller, better fighter ever defeated a larger, more experienced one?" he asked. "It happens quite seldom. Crawford could fight Canelo if he were to step up in weight, but De La Hoya doesn't think he could." De La Hoya commenting on Crawford's most recent victory over Israel Medov, he remarked, "It was very close, but I didn't watch the fight closely. I have a phrase that says you have to beat the champion in order to become the champion." Crawford came out on top, and attention is now turned to the next big event. Crawford, the 4-weight world champion at the moment, has made it clear that he wants to face Canelo, but it doesn't seem like Turki Al-Ali accepted his offer to arrange the fight. Al-Ali believes that Canelo's denial stems from his propensity for show fights over challenging matches. In a recent interview with the Porter Way podcast, Crawford voiced interest in fighting Sebastian Fundora, the WBO and WBC 154 champion, should he and Errol Spence Jr. decide against fighting. Crawford said, "If he and Spence don't fight, it would definitely be Fundora." Fundora was talking about a battle with Crawford at first, but now she's focused on a potential fight with Spence. Fundora did not specifically say that he would be fighting Crawford in his statements regarding the situation, but he did hint at an announcement about it soon. "I'm ready to fight whenever they give me the date," he said. "We are now traveling a different path, but I would truly love it if we could fight. They will soon convey the news to all of you. It's unknown how these high-profile fights will play out in the future due to Canelo Alvarez's cautious attitude, Turki Al-Ali's candid remarks, and Crawford's intense responses. As the fights get more intense, boxing enthusiasts have the following to say. Which boxers, in your opinion, Turki's, Crawford's, or Canelo's cautious style should prevail? Please feel free to express your thoughts in the comments area.